I talked to a young girl by the name of Halyna Kaplenko. She is 16 years old and grew up in the city of Bakhmut, a small industrial city with a population between 70 and 73,000 at the start of the full-scale invasion in 2022. Known for its gypsum mines and chemical industry, but probably most famous for its sparkling wine factory called Art Winery. Biggest of its kind in Eastern Europe, as well as the deepest sparkling winery, with cellars extending about 72 meters underground in its former gypsum mines. When the war in the Donbass region began in 2014, Halyna was just a little girl. She remembers very little from those early years.
Okay, my name is Kalia, I'm 16. I'm from Bakhmut in Donetsk region. Yeah, I was really young, so for me it was like really shocked, and I think more trauma make like 2014 than 2022 because I was younger, and we like tried to escape it and sit in this kindergarten and wait when it ended. It was like, and we also live with my aunt and newborn cousin. And we like hiding in a small, like, I don't know how to say, it's like one room without window, so I don't know, like we use it for some stuff or something like that. It was really tiny, and we like sit here like I know 4 people, I don't remember, something like that. So yeah. And that's all what I remember from this time. I also remember how we went to occupied territory to my grandparents, and it's really stressful moments because like most stressful it's when you go, like it have like 3 parts, like Ukraine, then gray zone, this is zone, let's say name like that, and then occupied territory. And this gray zone can happen everything, and you just wait. Yes, most of the time it was okay, like except some Russians militaries. It's like behavior like animals. I don't know. No, like it was okay to scare us, and like I don't know how to say, they use their guns and they show it to us and say something like, go if you want to go to your parents, something like that. We also like one time we stay for 8 hours, but it's when we come back to Ukraine. Because I know it's like they have like a rule, it's not written rule, when people who ride like have their car and then you like ride to other side, they can like only drives you on the gray zone, and then you just like sit some bus, ride to other, and then you find another people who can drive you to Donetsk. And we found one man who thinks that he was clever than that, and they like he and his friends, something like that, like they drive us from like Bakhmut to Donetsk whole way, and it's not correct. It's Russians don't like it. So we stay for 8 hours in gray zone because they just was angry to this man. I don't remember how it ended, but in the end we just go home. My grandma, grandpa, aunt and cousin moved to Bakhmut in end of 2021. They bought a flat, and then from like, I don't know, 4 months we moved from Bakhmut because of war. And
2022?
Yeah, in 2022.
Okay. And can you tell me about the first days of the war in 2022?
Oh, it was like kind of chill because we didn't hear anything. It was really silent. It was kind of scary. It was Thursday. Yeah, I should go to school. I have plans. We should go with my friends to dance classes. And I see like I overslept. I feel it like I just off my alarm, and then and then I just there's something wrong because no one like wakes me up. I just go to my mom and say, good morning, and she's no, not good morning, it starts war, and just like 8 years ago. No, it's like it's a big war. I mean, I just okay. It was kind of strange because it was silent. Nothing happened. I know. We heard.
There was still in Bakhmut, right?
Yeah. We just hear some sheltering in military zone, like when military stay, and in neighbor city Popasna. We would live at this site. It was maybe 30 kilometers, so it was also we can hear it. And then for first month it was really silent, not really something happened. It was some explode in army base, military base, and that's all. Nothing really scary. But then it was anniversary of my grandparents, and I was with my cousin. We play in a sport ground. It was really a warm day, but it's still spring.
When was it?
Oh, I think it's 1st or 2nd of April. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
April 2022?
Yes. I don't really remember once. But yeah, after March. Yeah, it's April. Yes. So yeah, we play, and then it was some ballistics in how it's called, factory called Art Winery. They made champagne. Yes, and my mom works there. So, and we live really nearby. It's half of kilometer. Yes, and with some ballistics, it was really loud. It was my mom and all my family was at my home, and I was with my cousin nearby my school. It was the same distance, and yeah, we all were really scary. And my mom she a bit deaf in one ear because of it, and some part of this bomb, I forgot how it's called, little bit make little bit holes in something in houses, but it's not really big damage or something like that. But in this day we decided, okay, we moved. We don't really plan it. We just think that we will sit here because no one thinks it will be like that. We think it's what would be in 2020 or 2014, because it's maybe occupation, but we can go to there, maybe bring some clothes or something like that. So not. No one thinks that it will be like that. And we just package everything in small Lanos. It's a small car. It was, oh my god, me, my brother, mom, 6 people, and dog. And it's all of
Big dog?
No, it's Jack Russell, Pes Patron. Yes. So yeah, it was really and we moved to Dnipro because we have some people who we know.
So you moved. Where did you move?
In Dnipro. It's also a big city. It's now it still was a lot of sheltering. We wake up every night because of it, but it was I don't know, maybe better than Bakhmut, because it also was months of silence in Bakhmut. After then we moved, and then it started air sheltering, and I text with my friends who still was there, and it was scary because it's scary to see how they exterminate everything that you want to see, how this it's 3 airplanes just bombed your house, everything, and you see it because your friends film it, and just oh my God, why it's happened.
So your house got destroyed and your friends filmed it?
No, not my house. Like I see, like because it's my school or something like that. My part of like town when I lived.
In Bakhmut?
Yeah. And my house, I don't really have some photos or videos of my house, and it's kinda, I don't know, sad or no, because we lived like it was like a street like beside factory, and no one right there, and we don't like I know that like it's damaged, but we don't know how bad.
Okay, so you don't know what happened to your house, in other words?
No, I have photos because we have like one, I don't know how to say it. Like we have one, it's because it's like bombed in neighbor's house, and then it was like half of our house was damaged, but we have still like ceiling. And then we see like it's from drones, and we just like really expand it and see that it was a lot of like small, like I don't know, like this diameter holes in our house. And I really hope that ceiling just fall down, because I don't want to say like something can bring from my house or something like that. So yeah.
So you don't want the Russian soldiers to steal things from the house?
Yeah.
These things happen.
Like when it happened in 2014, I'm not sure. I was really young, and for like I think in 2017 we don't hear anything like some sheltering in neighbor cities. So I think we just lived our normal life.
So between 2014 and 2022, you lived
Like
enough to the fighting in Donetsk that you heard it every day?
No, like I don't know how it's like. It's not like we don't really nearby Donetsk, but we have like small towns neighbor us, and it was like kind of regular. They shelter it like once in a couple of months, and we just hear it, but we really used to it. Like it was okay. I lived with it for like from I was child, and we live it's like a normal life. But I understand it's occupied because we go to my grandparents time to time, and my another grandma in Crimea, and see like it's really different occupation in Donetsk and different occupation in Crimea, and it's also strange. But I also like I was really young, so I don't really understand. Like I understand that Russia is a killer or something like that, but I don't really mind when I see like Russian flags in Crimea. Like I was a child, I just want to play and something like eat ice cream or something like that. But when we moved in 2022, it was strange because like again I was sure that I will come back.
From August 2022 to May 2023, the longest battle of the war in Ukraine took place. It was called the Battle of Bakhmut after the city it took place in. Regarded by some analysts as the bloodiest since World War II, it has been reduced to a husk of its former self, with most of its schools, apartments, and shops destroyed or severely damaged. With a pre-war population of 80,000 people reduced to 500, by available accounts, the people of Bakhmut that were forced to flee from their homes have all but lost hope that their lives will ever go back to how they were before.
Like for me, my life like ended when I was 13. Yeah, and so everything that happened before that it not exist. It's my dream, and I just think like, yeah, my life starts right now, and I should to understand how to live it, because for me, like, I try to remember how we lived before, and I just I don't understand how it's happened, why we live like that now. And for me it was like a dream. And only now, like I almost 17, I start to understand that it was real life and we lived normal, and how we lived now, it's not really okay. And I just, wow. It was this winter. I have talked with my psychologist, and I don't know if I can say it, but like I need a psychotherapist, and we don't have really money for it because child psychotherapy is like really expensive, and this psychologist like suggests that we can talk with psychologist in Holy Voice of Children, and then they can contact with psychotherapist. And then they say, yeah, we also like have some activities, and I just, okay, I was like in depression episode, and I didn't really want to talk with others, but I tried to speak with other people and something like that. It was not bad. Like, I like communication with people because I study online also, so I don't really communicate with real people. And then like we talk a lot with also mentor. They run our activities.
How old were you when that happened? When you were depressed, when you came in contact with
I was 16 like now. It's this winter.
Okay, so you came in contact with this organization this winter?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you always been studying online?
No, it's big part of my life, because it started COVID when I was in 5th grade. Yeah, and we have like time when we go offline, but also online sometimes. Depends on the.
So when you were 12, you started studying online?
And then it start war. We also tried to go study in Dnipro, but also online. It was also online, and it was not really effective. So we moved, when we moved to Brovary, it's like a neighbor city to Kiev, and I just go to another school in Bakhmut. Like we study online, and it was better. By the way, I have some people who I already know in this school, and like they understand my situation. Like we all in this situation, we all moved our house, and we all from one city, so it's better.
And has this organization helped you? Have you learned anything that helps you better deal with the situation that has been happening since 2022? Were you able to combat your depression?
It's interesting. I think maybe not like some words or something like that, because I start to speak with others people, I understand that I'm not only one who live like that. And also when I speak with people who also from Donetsk region or also like moved, it's like we can talk in the same topic, and it's strange people who moved from the Donetsk region. It's really hard to find another friends in our region, and it's really easy to start to be friends with people who also moved from the Donetsk region. So yes.
Are there many such people?
Yes, I don't know. It's not means that I found like friends and we have party together. No, but I know that I can text someone and maybe maybe you want to go there or something like that. So yes, I think that's it. And also speak with mentors that say you see, you can do this, or it's I don't know. it's okay, Tom. So, Oksana, it's like she asked me about if I can share my story or something like that. She ran like theater group. So, and also said like I really like everything that like connect with theater, with cinema, everything. So yeah, we talk a lot about it, and about that I want to be a director. And for me it's like really supportive, because it's hard to find someone who can say and like support you in this, because everyone said when they heard that I want to be a director, like, oh, it's so hard, like what you will do, it's no money. And just, yes, but we don't have money in every like occupation. I'm not really like people who can work with IT, so yeah, it's obvious that I don't have like a lot of money. Like I don't have, I like have like two options: direction and teacher English. Really interesting.
You want to be an English teacher?
Like I like English. I also like work like volunteer. I run some English lesson for children with lower level.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it.
And so you say that all these activities, the theater, finding friends from Donetsk,
Mm-hmm.
Do you find it more difficult to relate to people that are not from Donetsk?
Yes. Like maybe not like from Donetsk, people who lived, for example, in Kiev or like Kiev region all of their lives, and they don't know what it means when you moved. And like I have experience with one boy, and like he was like kind of toxic. And when we talked one time, he asked me, and which literature you learned? I just, what do you mean, like you, like foreign literature, like I don't know, from England and Ukrainian literature. I think you learned Russian. No, we don't learn Russian literature. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes I don't remember, but I was like younger for this time. Or like I thought you will learned in Russian language in your school. No, I live in Ukraine. I whole my life live in Ukraine. Why you think that I should like study in Russian? Or in also in Dnipro we like face with some people who said, how military like how you exit to Dnipro and you like not face like with militaries because you're from Donetsk region. Maybe you are like a diversion.
Like a spy?
Yeah.
Like a diversion, like a spy, or?
Yeah, like not like spy, or we can like bomb something, and I just, what?
They thought that you could maybe bomb something.
Yeah, maybe, because I'm like, yeah, I'm 14, I'm from the Donetsk region.
I see. So there are people in this region, in the Kiev region, that think that people from the Donetsk region are more Russian than them?
Yes, but it's not depends like in Kiev region or something like that. It's like everywhere, like also in Dnipro region. It's not everyone, and it's really happy. And a lot of people really like support you, and understand that it's not true. But sometimes like face with these people and think, I think we live in the same country, and why you behave like that? And yes, it's like.
And that was in 2022, or?
Yeah, it's 2022. We moved. We also have relative in Kharkiv, and like we will travel, so we don't really face it. So I don't know if it was like before it, but I heard some stories about it. Because when you traveled, you don't really face to it. But my aunt, for example, no, like, because we spoke in Russian before it, and she studied and she went to Lviv. So, and some people don't want to talk you if you speak in Russian, but now don't really, because it's like a really big city right now. It's a lot of migrate people from other regions, so it's not that common now.
And your peers, let's just say, accused you of potentially bombing something?
Yeah.
When did that happen? Can you tell me more about that?
It was like my aunt worked in pharmacy, and with her work another woman, and I don't remember. We just go to bring her because it was really. Like it was already dark outside, so we go to bring her and go together to our flat. So, and they just speak about something. I don't remember this conversation, but this woman just said like, "Oh, where are you? Like, where are you?" And like, "Yeah, from Bakhmut." And how you like a blog post and like. No one asks you about like you're from Donetsk region, like you have Donetsk number in your car. No one asks you, and just no, why they should. Like Dnipro is also a big city, and a lot of people like try to escape war, like moved here. Especially we have like the biggest community in this city, and just you can be diversion. Why we should be diversion? We just try to live like normal life. Yeah, it was kind of strange, and a lot of people don't want to rent your flat because
you're from Donetsk.
Yeah, and my like mother boyfriend, I don't know. He works in. The minor, I don't know, like they I don't know how it's called, like works to demination some bomb, like from, it's like organization, I don't know how it's
demining.
Yeah, demining. Yeah, so, and also like, oh, you work there, maybe you can mine on my flat.
Because your mother's boyfriend is a deminer,
yes.
So he gets rid of mines.
Yes.
The person said that you could mine her apartment.
Yes, of course. That's what we will do.
Why do you think people are like that?
I think it's because of like fake news that Russia make all of this year, because years. About disinformation, about that all of people in Donetsk, they want Russia. All of people from this region, they want it, and just I heard that they say like, you're from Donetsk region, so you want this war, and you like deserve it. And I just want. I was.
Like people told you that you wanted the war in 2020 too.
They say that we won it in 2014, and then that's why they start to shelter all Ukraine in 2022, and like we deserve it, like we want this life. And I just what? I was 5. Of course I wanted, yes. I want to play with my like. I want to play, I want to eat some sweets, and that's all what I want. I want a peace life. I don't want to hide from bombs.
Do people still act like that towards you? Do people still...
I don't speak with these people, so I don't know. And now I speak with a lot of really understanding people, and they don't really... now I don't really face with this. maybe like only in internet. It's kind of strange.
Do you think it's a big problem in general? People being prejudiced towards people from Donetsk?
I think it's like big problem now, but they like prejudice everyone in every scene. Like if you speak if you speak in Russian, you want like Russia go to your house. If you speak in Ukrainian but not really clear, they start to laugh at you. Or if you speak, but not everyone. Like we all in big stress. And people try to find someone who, when they can took all of their aggression about Russia or something like that in someone. They want to see like target when they can throw all of their aggression.
And you think that target is the people from Donetsk?
No, not really from like not only them. Like it can be. Everyone, like it depends on the situation. I think I don't really think like we are something special, like people from Donetsk and everyone hates us. But I can say only about my situation because I face it with it. Even because we think about maybe move to Mykolaiv region, so that also like really also dangerous because it's really near to Kherson or something, is like everything like that. And people even there, they don't really want to they don't want that you live in their apartment because you're from Donetsk region.
Have you met any people from the Luhansk?
Yeah, I think I met, but not a lot. Yeah, I met. I talked with a boy from Starodelssk.
And do they face similar things that you?
Yes. And yeah, they also face it. A lot of who I knows faced with SBU. I don't know how to translate like FBI in
Służba bezpieki?
Yes, służba bezpieki. Because of my parents have had passport when they lived in occupied territory because they had to. You don't have option not to have it.
Right. Yeah. And do you miss your home?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, I miss it. Because I don't really feel like home somewhere. I just live in our flat where we live now, and just in the sense that I move it, I don't really. I don't feel anything about this flat. I just I have it and that's good. I have my room. That's great, and that's all what I feel about it. I don't really want to decorate it or something. Because for me it's like I live here for some time and then I will move. So
you don't really feel at home in Kyiv in general?
No, I don't really feel at home anywhere. I lost my feeling of safety at home at all. I can feel it when I meet with my friends from Bakhmut. Because it's something that we have something that relate us, and of course I miss my home. I remember a lot. Now I recall how we lived. I recall how I go from school to my house, how I go from my house to the center of city. Because a lot of time I just my brain blocked all of these memories because it was kind of painful, but now I'm kind of okay with it. I think I don't really cry about it. I think I cry all of my tears about all of things that I remember in my house, and now I just it's nostalgia but really sad. Yeah, I really because Kyiv it's so different, and even Brovary is so different in Bakhmut, because Bakhmut it was kinda it's town. It's not with a big population. It's kind of small, and I can go for 1 hour from my home. That was like edge of town to center of town. It's not really big station. For 2 hours, I can go from one edge to another, and I really like it. It's really comfortable. We have like not buses, but with like, you know how it's called, trolleybus. Yeah, it was like kind of feature of our town. We all love it. Like it's kind of vibe.
You have trolleybuses here.
Yes, but it's not that one. Like we have like our city. It's interesting that they was already made like a city, like with a center, and every streets like go to the center. It's different when built a village. For example, I live in Brovary, and for a long time it was just a village, so it was a couple of streets, and they start to like raise, and it's look kind of strange because like center, it's not really in center, so it's like, yeah. But Bakhmut was built like that for purpose.
Right. So, and you said that you used to miss your home and cry a lot more, and now you don't?
I don't really cry about home because I just used to this understanding. I can dream about my future house and how I will be lived, because it's also like different, because I live in house and now I live in apartment, so it's different. My mom really miss it. We miss like, we don't have like garden or something like that, but we miss this opportunity to go outside and just sit and with cup of tea, and I don't know. That's all. Like, so we miss this opportunity in peace, because we live again like in edge of city. It was really quiet. Really, we don't have here something special like cars or something like that. And now like everywhere is so loud. You go everywhere, people everywhere, cars, and so annoying.
How was it loud when you heard the shelling from the nearby villages?
It was okay, I used to it. But it's not loud. It's like some I don't know. Like you see yes, like you heard like really far from you some fireworks. It was not annoying. We just all too used to it, and just okay, it's some.
And how do the daily attacks affect you nowadays? Like how?
For example, like today.
Like for example, tonight's attack.
Yeah, it's really annoying because I want to sleep, and my dog really scared of it, and it's like more harder, because if I can like sleep when some shaheds flight and it's not that loud, I can sleep it. I don't care, but my dog can't. He really scared about it, and I should take care, like a mother. I should take care him. It's not to scare, and it's kind of exhausted. But it's okay. Every morning I wake up, I'm really angry, really tired, and I don't know. I just want to sleep. But for me, it was like a dream, like bad dream, and just start day like usual. I still have plans. I still have to live. So.
Do you ever get scared during those attacks?
Yes. Like I don't know. It's also it's when it's like drones. It's not that really scary. I just understand it is flight, and it's almost every night, and. Like it's nothing new, but when it's ballistic, it's scary. And text to my friends who lived in Kiev, and just, you okay? You're alive? Everything's okay? Because I just and it's scary.
And how does your everyday look now during the war?
think like nothing special.
Like nothing.
Nothing really changed. Maybe I just used it to it, but you know, like yesterday I was go for a walk with my friend, and we go like again. I live in the left side of Kyiv, so if it's a alarm, I can't to move to this part, and we go to like we was in the right side of Kyiv. We have really good time, but then start flying these drones and just, oh my god, how we should go to to underground, because like.
Have you ever seen drones flying above?
Yes, it's like really common, because we live also in the edge of the city, and a lot of them like fly from our house, and you can see. You see how it's like flight from your house. It's like Shahed, and like also протиповітряні оборони, тобто this like that's a
anti-air.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Aren't you afraid of falling debris from the drones?
no.
Fragments of the drones falling on you when
No,
the
no.
anti-air shoot at them?
Not really. Like I don't know. If it will happen, it will happen. I can't do anything with it. Like I just sit and wait when it's end, or maybe not. Like we don't have really shelter in our area, because we live in an old like building, and it was like in other old building, and we need like 15 minutes to go there, and I don't know, it's like really small, and I can with my dog, she again, he really scared of it, and he can really cry or something like that, so
yeah, go on.
yeah, so it's so easy to stay in the flat.
And does the old building not have a basement?
No.
Interesting.
Maybe it have, but it's like it's dangerous to just stay here, because it's like old and no one cares about this basement.
Do you know about the international situation? About
yeah.
You're familiar? You were
Yes.
up to date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for example, like yesterday, I sit on a cold floor in underground way when it and alarm, and I just sit and see how Trump and Putin decide my future. Like it's really poetic to say like that, but it feels like that, because one old dictator and maybe future dictator decide what they should to do with Ukraine again in our history, and I just should see and just what happened. I was really sad when Trump to win this poll, and I tired of this news. I like really tired of news, because you see, like sometimes they just say every word of Trump, and just it look like a big joke, because he like speak random words and just okay. About Putin, nothing new. He said the same thing every time, and said that it's sad when like a lot of people talk about Trump, and not a lot of people speak about cities and military that we need now, like I know about situation in Kharkiv, or situation in Zaporizhia, in Kherson, or something like that, and it's sad. I also like have some consequences with people here. For me, it's look really scary. I don't understand them in whole there. Like they decide to live here. They decide to live like that, and it's okay, because it's also not every time sheltering. But I think I will can't, because in Kharkiv it's more scary than in Kyiv for me.
Kharkiv gets bombed A lot more than Kiev.
Yeah, more, and with more different type of how's it called, weapons. Yeah, and so yeah, it's more scary and more dangerous, more regularly. So yeah, when you see like it's like burn all street, and it looks surrealistic.
Do you feel like the world is sufficiently supporting Ukraine? Europe? We already talked about the United States, but...
Yeah. I was in Latvia it was like from also for children from the Donetsk region, and also children who have like their like fathers or mother in military. So I found really big support of like from Latvia. We see more Ukrainian flags in Latvians, you know. And when we was in like some museum, also some people say Slava Ukraini. It was really, yeah. I see how people can support us, like just in, not maybe their like military part, but just talk. I found it's really like support, but I also heard a lot about it. Not everyone really support, and I think it's like everywhere we have like kind of bad and good people. They can behave good and bad to you, and yes, like in also a lot of people in Poland, and I heard a lot of stories, and some people in Poland don't really like Ukrainians for a lot of reasons. For example, my good friend live now, and some people say to them like go out to Ukraine, or also the same that they can they bomb their apartment. It's like some trend. It's a disinformation from Russia, because they made it for years.
Because they're from the region or from Ukraine?
I don't know, maybe it's in Poland because of Ukraine. It's like a different when you in a long distance.
So you did not hear good things about Poland? No,
I don't really was in like I was like go through Poland, because I was to Latvia and Germany also. No, I don't think it's like a part of people also, because like we have some historical things that discuss, and it's like a lot of years, and that's why the same in Ukraine. Not everyone hates people from the Donetsk region, and not everyone hate everyone. It's okay, like, but when you face to it, you start to think that everyone hates you because you're from there. So no, I don't think like some like bad or no. For example, Ugorshina. I don't know how it's called in English.
It's similar. I'm from Poland.
Good. So
like worse. That would be worse. Gorszy. No?
Yeah, it's like maybe it's not from Ugorshina.
Is there anything that you would like to say? Anything at all? Anything that's on your mind?
I don't know. Be kind to people. It's all what I want to say. A lot of people don't really care about feeling of others, and I think we just should be a little bit more kind to others, because we all people, we all like we should to support others, like, and even like if you live like I know you are in the same boat, you should do something. Like, you can have different point of view, but you cannot argue about it. You can hear one side and other side, and just you can decide that we can't connect with each other, and just okay, and not like start fighting. That's what I think. Should be a little bit more kind.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.